Imagine fresh, homegrown vegetables, bursting with flavor, right from your backyard. Now imagine achieving this bounty even with limited space. That's the magic of square-foot gardening. This simple, efficient method lets you grow a surprising amount of food in a small area. No more sprawling rows or wasted space. Instead, your garden becomes a neat grid of squares, each home to a thriving community of plants. Whether you have a sunny patio, a small balcony, or just a patch of lawn, square-foot gardening can transform it into a productive and rewarding edible oasis. Get ready to enjoy the freshest, tastiest food you've ever grown, all while saving time, effort, and resources. At the heart of square-foot gardening lies the grid, a simple yet powerful tool that guides your planting. This grid is not just a guideline, it's a strategic framework that helps you plan and organize your garden efficiently. Imagine a checkerboard, where each square represents 1 square foot of growing space. This visual approach simplifies the process of planting and ensures that every inch of your garden is utilized effectively. This grid becomes your garden's blueprint, dictating how many plants of each type can thrive within that square. By following this method, you can avoid overcrowding and ensure that each plant has enough room to grow. But the grid is more than just lines on paper. It's a practical tool that brings order and clarity to your gardening efforts. It's a visual representation of your garden's potential. Each square is a promise of what could be, a small but significant part of a larger, thriving ecosystem. It helps you maximize space, optimize plant spacing, and visualize your future harvest. This method allows you to plan ahead and make the most of your available resources. Each square on the grid corresponds to a specific number of plants depending on their size. This ensures that every plant gets the nutrients and space it needs to flourish. For example, you can fit 1 tomato plant per square, which allows it to grow robustly without competing for resources. But 16 radishes can occupy the same space. This flexibility makes square-foot gardening adaptable to various types of plants. This efficient use of space is one of the reasons why square-foot gardening is so productive. It allows you to grow a diverse range of plants in a limited area, making your garden both beautiful and bountiful. With your grid in place, it's time for the fun part: planting. Square-foot gardening takes the guesswork out of spacing. Each square has a designated number of plants, ensuring they have enough room to grow without overcrowding. Let's say you're planting carrots. According to the square-foot gardening chart, you can fit 16 carrots in 1 square. Simply sow the seeds evenly within the square, water them well, and watch them sprout. For larger plants like tomatoes or peppers, 1 plant per square is usually sufficient. Smaller vegetables like lettuce or spinach can be planted in higher densities, maximizing your yield. The key is to follow the recommended spacing on your chart for the best results. Section 4. Smart Gardening Strategies, Rotation, Companions, and more. Square-foot gardening is all about working smarter, not harder. And with a few strategic techniques, you can boost your harvest even further. One such technique is crop rotation. Just like us, plants have different nutritional needs. By rotating your crops each season, you prevent nutrient depletion in the soil and reduce the risk of pests and diseases. Another helpful strategy is companion planting, which involves pairing plants that benefit each other. For example, planting basil next to tomatoes can repel pests and enhance tomato flavor. By embracing these techniques, you'll create a thriving ecosystem within your square-foot garden, leading to healthier plants and more abundant harvests. Section 5. Garden Guardians, Tools and Tips for a Healthy Harvest. Every gardener needs a trusty toolkit, and square-foot gardening is no exception. Having the right tools can make all the difference in the success of your garden. But don't worry, you won't need any fancy or expensive equipment. Simple, affordable tools can be just as effective. Some basic tools like a hand trowel, a watering can, and a sturdy pair of gardening gloves will be your best companions. These essentials will help you with planting, watering, and protecting your hands. Additionally, a small hand rake and a pair of pruning shears can be very useful for maintaining your garden. To monitor your garden's health and growth, consider keeping a simple garden journal. Jot down planting dates, varieties, and any observations about pests, diseases, or successes. This will help you track what works best and make improvements each season. There are also helpful mobile apps that can remind you when to water, fertilize, and harvest your crops. These apps can be a great addition to your gardening toolkit. Remember, the best way to ensure a healthy harvest is to stay observant. Regularly check your plants for signs of pests, diseases, or nutrient deficiencies. Addressing issues early can prevent them from becoming bigger problems. With a little attention and care, your square-foot garden will reward you with bountiful harvests all season long. Happy gardening! Section 6. Your square-foot journey, from seedlings to salads. Congratulations! You're well on your way to mastering the art of square-foot gardening. This journey is not just about growing plants, it's about cultivating a sustainable lifestyle. Remember, this method is all about simplicity, efficiency, and the joy of growing your food. Each square foot is a canvas for your creativity and a step towards self-sufficiency. Start small, experiment with different plants, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every error is a lesson learned and a step closer to becoming a seasoned gardener. Gardening is a journey of learning and discovery. It's about observing, understanding, and nurturing the life that springs from the soil. As you tend to your squares, you'll witness the miracle of life unfolding before your eyes. The transformation from seed to plant is a marvel to behold. Tiny seeds will sprout into vibrant plants, producing an abundance of fresh, flavorful food. Each harvest will bring a sense of accomplishment and joy. And with each harvest, you'll gain a deeper appreciation for the connection between nature, food, and community. Sharing your bounty with loved ones enriches the experience. So grab your gardening gloves, a few packets of seeds, and get ready to embark on your square-foot gardening adventure. The journey is as rewarding as the destination, and remember, we're here to help you every step of the way. Happy gardening! Together we can make every square foot count.